this is how typical questions will now start. They'll say, to the nearest degree, which values of theta satisfy the following? Tan of theta is -4/3. What's that? Well, according to the CAST rule, this either has to be in quadrant 2 or quadrant 4 because the tan was negative. So we could draw a picture of what's going to happen. And as you get better at this, you will eventually not draw these pictures, but early on you will want to draw these pictures. What do we know? We know it's either in quadrant 2 or quadrant 4, and if we drew a triangle, I would know that this is my reference angle in both of those. And if I was labeling things on the triangle, if tangent of theta is -4/3, that means for my reference angle, the opposite over the adjacent has to be 4/3 in both of these triangles. And I labeled them with positive values because that's an actual triangle with actual lengths. So I can go back to my grade 10 math and find out, if I want to find out that angle, would you not set up that tan of your reference angle is 4/3? And star, 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 arrow, star, star, star. Notice that with the reference angle that I put +4/3 because it's actually a triangle with actual sides. Number one mistake is finding your reference angle but using the negative. There are no negatives with reference angles whatsoever. So I go to my calculator, and if I want to find an angle and I have a ratio, that's where we use our inverse, right? So I'm going to go tan inverse of 4 divided by 3, and I get 53.13 as my reference angle. But I'm supposed to find between 0 and 360. 0 and 360 in standard positions, one full time around. Can you see that this is one possible answer for theta, and this is the other possible answer for theta? For this one, how would I figure out this blue length? I would take 180 degrees, which would be too far, and I would subtract my reference angle. And this one in quadrant 4, I would take 360 degrees, which would be too far, and subtract my reference angle. So what often happens in a question like this is you have to use your reference angle to figure them out twice. So I'm going to write in blue here, theta equals, and I'll show you a nice little shortcut with the calculator. Above the on button is a store button. If you hit the store button, you can store that answer as anything you like. Most commonly, I just use X because it's the easiest button to find, but you can go alpha A, alpha B, alpha C. You can store it as any letter you want. Push enter, and now X is stored as 53.13. Why is this nice? Because I wanted to find in quadrant 2, 180 minus my reference angle. But instead of having to type all of those digits in again, I can just go minus X, push enter, 126. Do they want us to round to the nearest degree? So that one will be 127 degrees. And the other one will be 360 minus my reference angle. So I can just go 360 minus X 370. Okay. Circle 14, 15, 16, and 19. Day was very full.